The pro-Trump social media site Gettr, which was founded by former Trump acolyte Jason Miller, is apparently having a real problem with child pornography on the site. Here's what's going on. Apparently, because Gettr has such lax rules and virtually no moderation whatsoever, people who want to share these disturbing images of children have found it to be a welcoming home for them. They enjoy it because they can finally express themselves and their perverted ways freely without having to worry about being censored. Because again, Gettr really only uses, user moderators. So if a user is unhappy with something that gets posted, they can flag it and send it in. But apparently that's not happening with most of the child pornography being posted on Gettr. In fact, the situation is so bad that the Stanford Internet Observatory decided to run a test. And they put out some benign images, that would be questionable. Not one single flag. Nothing that should have, by the way, gotten flagged, gotten removed. Nope, nothing. And they're blaming this on the fact that, Gettr brags about being this free speech beacon. We don't censor stuff. We don't moderate stuff. You're free to say whatever the heck you want because, dang it, this is America. Okay, well, you're also now the home of the child pornographers. That's what you have become, Gettr. And I know you want people to be able to say what they want to say. You don't want to heavily moderate. You don't want to have to delete people or ban people because that's why you left Twitter in the first place. But my God, look at what you've become. Look at what you have welcomed onto your site. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying that Gettr is okay with these people. Absolutely not. I'm sure they're just as appalled as everybody else is when they read these stories. Oh my God, why wasn't anybody looking at this? And no, I don't think they condone it whatsoever. But the problem is, when there are no rules, when there are no regulations, when there are no community standards, this is the kind of thing that happens. We have also seen this, by the way, happen on some of the other little fledgling Republican social media startups. This is not uncommon. People who want to share these disturbing images are going to try to do whatever they can to share them, to meet people like them. And now they think that, hey, since nobody's looking over our shoulders over here at Gettr, maybe that's the best place for us to go. Gettr, if you want to be taken seriously, you're probably going to need to start moderating some of this. You may need to get some algorithms in place to weed out the child pornography on your site. Because I'm sure the last thing you want is to be known as the safe space for all the perverts. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.